Aldo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tennessee Club Lacrosse. We apologize we weren't able to get that first half of action for you guys. Not a couple of technical difficulties, but a lot of technical difficulties. John, you got to watch that first half. How'd you feel Tennessee did?
I feel like Tennessee, they had a slow start in the first quarter, which was kind of similar to how they performed against Michigan State last week in the game we covered, but they ended up picking up things in the second quarter, and after being down 5-2, they have now scored 7 goals in a row to take a 4-goal lead here early on in the third quarter, 9-5, including 3 goals from Mason Kane, 2 from Gavin Burke, 2 from Jackson Zimmer, and a couple others. So Tennessee is real hot right now against this Kentucky lacrosse team.
Absolutely, and Mason Kane, we just saw him score a goal. That's who it was coming down the field, top left corner, able to sneak one in there. Now they're going to look to get more. One thing Kentucky is doing in this game, John, is they're not going down easy. They keep kind of fighting back and hanging around there. 9-5 game right now. Still time to really make something happen.
Yeah, definitely time to make something happen, but for Kentucky, it's been ice cold for them in the past 10 minutes or so of game time. Like I said, Tennessee has been able to score now 7 goals in a row, so Kentucky's on a bit of a cold streak. They really need to pick up something here on offense or even double down on defense if they want to stay in this game, or else it's definitely going to get out of hand as the Volunteers continue to put on the pressure.
Absolutely, it could get out of hand. That's one thing Tennessee doesn't want to happen in this game, but one thing they're going to look to do is go to their stars. Jake Stroll, Jack Scott. I mean, they have a lot of guys here who can really make stuff happen. Again, we were talking about Mason Kane able to get that goal, top left corner. We'll see what they do here. Again, what do you want to see from Kentucky, John? I know you don't want to see Kentucky come back in this game, but if you were a Kentucky fan, what do you think they got to do to maybe kind of decrease this lead?
Well, I am most definitely not a Kentucky fan as a Kentucky native and a fan of their arch rival Louisville, but, for Kentucky, like I said, they need to put some more offensive pressure on Tennessee, who has been basically holding firm for much of the last 10-15 minutes, and they can't slip down just like that. They need to execute some good passes on the perimeters, get some wide open shots, and try to put one in past Kyler Gornick, who has been absolutely spectacular in this game.
Talking about slipping down, that was Samuel Hamilton. He's usually pretty good on his feet, wasn't able to stay up there. Reason for the slippage. Now to Felix Williams. Cradling, makes a move, cuts inside, he's looking, nothing's there. Gets it back down to Hamilton. Hamilton wrapping around, now goes to Gazaldo. Back to Gazaldo. Gazaldo with it, trying to find an opening in the middle, tries to take a shot. Did not shoot it on target. In fact, he kind of just threw that one right into the ground as Gornick picked that one up. And now Jake Cosgrove, he'll hold on to it and play a little monkey in the middle there with Gornick. Hamilton in the middle. He'll get it all the way back up to the 50-yard line where Tennessee will just try to control here defensively. It's picked up, though, by the Wildcats.
For Kentucky, you definitely want to see the ball being played to William Gazaldo. Like you said, he's already got 2 goals in this game. So if I'm Kentucky, I want to give the ball to him because he's definitely picking up some good opportunities for them in front of the net.
Absolutely. Quick little reminder why we're here today. Can you make a difference in a struggling veteran's life? Please donate to make an impact. That little Venmo screen is at the bottom of your screen, TGuys15. So go ahead and donate. Screenshot that, save that, whatever you want to do if you want to help out some veterans. Again, such a good opportunity to be able to use our platform to help out those in need. As Tennessee, they're going to look to try to get up in this game. I'll tell you who needs some helping out. It's this Kentucky lacrosse team. They are struggling right now to make anything happen in the middle against this very good Tennessee defense that's kind of come alive here in this third quarter.
Yeah, not only are Kentucky struggling today, it seems like they're struggling on the season. Just a 3-11 record, so 14 games in the books for the Wildcats, but only 3 wins to show for it. It looked like they could get their 4th win early on in this game, but it's been all Tennessee for much of the last 15 minutes.
Absolutely. Kentucky. It's Wood Pierre. Pierre makes a move, tries to get down. He slips, loses his footing. Penalty flags fly. As Pierre was fouled right there. We'll see what they call here. We'll get the official call in a second. So it's going to be Luke Harden. Kentucky now in Tennessee's zone. Trying to sneak one in there. Back up top to Gazaldo. Down on the left side. This is one thing Kentucky likes to do. Pass around, just try to find the open man in the middle. It's not there. Tennessee very sharp on defense. Jake Cosgrove hanging down there right by Gornick, not allowing anything through. Incredible defense. Matarazzo, he was able to... And the Vols are going to control. The fans are loving it. What an effort by Matarazzo. To really stop anything from developing there for Kentucky, as now the Vols come the other way.
Absolutely fantastic penalty kill there for Tennessee.
A shot, that one a little off there.
And you notice how immediately after killing off that penalty, Tennessee is able to regain possession and then quickly go into the transition and try to sneak one past the Kentucky goaltender, Connor France.
Another important factor in this game, it's going to be winning ground balls. The Vols, they've got a lot of guys that can really grab those, almost like rebounds in basketball. So valuable to be able to get that ball and regain possession, as another penalty flag flies. Looks like Tommy Rudo. He was trying to sneak inside and maybe create a shot for himself, but he took a shot there. He's going to walk that one off. No surprise. A tough player. First guy in the gym, last guy out type of mentality. So they get a penalty on the Wildcats here. It's going to be number 80 for the boys in blue, John Kielzinski. The Vols of it now. It's Schroll. Schroll up top to Zimmer. Back down low now. Working around here, asking for the shot clock. Regain a possession. So John, again, still a lot of time left in this game. One thing Tennessee, they did really good a couple weekends ago against Clemson and Michigan State was play at their own pace.
Yeah, definitely play at their own pace. You know, they had a couple of rough starts in those games against Clemson, Michigan State last weekend, as you said. And they had another rough start early today, but they've been able to get their pace on track, and they've been able to overcome those deficits and really ground themselves to push forward and get through to a win, as we have a little bit of a shot clock problem here.
As refs talk things over.
We're going to have 62 seconds back on the shot clock. Tennessee still with the man advantage here. And I'm definitely looking at Jackson Zimmer as a potential shooting option here on the field.
Absolutely. Rudo hanging up on that top right as well. Schroll now. Back over to Kane. Kane to Rudo. Rudo fires just right. So Rudo really looking for that top right corner. Just off to the side. Tennessee, they'll keep control here. Schroll, pump fakes, back to Kane. Kane, thinking about it, to Rudo. Rudo, back to Kane now. Kane will hold on to it. Bobbles it for a second. Now looks to set up. Back to Schroll. Schroll fires. Scores! Jake Schroll! Top right corner. Oh, I don't know how it got through, but it did. John, what a shot by Jake Schroll.
That was an absolute wrister from Schroll there from way outside. Looked like Ovechkin's 895th goal that we saw the other day, if you're a hockey fan. But that is now the 8th straight goal for Tennessee that they've scored, and they have now doubled the lead here over Kentucky. Things are just not going well for the Wildcats as Jake Schroll gets his first on the board today, his 22nd of the season.
Oh, absolutely, and what a first it was. A beautiful goal, snuck it in there. It looked like it just got past everybody, but Kentucky now coming the other way. Full speed ahead. It's Hamilton down low. Deeks, shot, not there. Wilson, he tried to find the angle. It was cut off right in front of him. Again, this defense by Tennessee, it's been smothering. Fenton stopped that play from developing. Now over to Felix Williams. Williams looking for something in the middle. Gets it back behind the net. Now all the way back up to Rachmal. Rachmal in there now. Still looking for the shot. Again, no angles are there as Williams tried to find something too. He just couldn't sneak it in there. Kentucky still weaving a shot. It's bobbled up in the air, poked away, and now Tennessee will come away with it. Hard and pass was intended for number 54 on Tennessee, Nathan Graves. Nathan Graves couldn't hold on to it, though. He will lose, and Kentucky will control.
That inside defense for Tennessee has just been pivotal in this game. Kentucky cannot find any open options. They're trying to sneak one in there, but it's just not going through. Tennessee's defense right in front of the goalie is really smothering them right now.
Kentucky still looking for it. Deking back. Trying to sneak in there. The shot, they scored! Flags are thrown up into the air. Felix Williams, number 24, they're going to confirm the goal. Penalty flag on Tennessee. It looks like as he was going in there, he kind of got sandwiched in the middle, was able to finish the shot falling down. The Wildcats will now make this game a closer one.
2 flags went down there from 2 different referees, so it seems to have been an unanimous decision, but Felix Williams gets his 2nd of the game, his 9th goal of the season. And, Kentucky has snuck into this lead a little bit. That was their first goal in quite some time, and they finally reduce it back down to 4. So maybe a momentum change here as Tennessee tries to hold off a pressure in Kentucky now.
As now the pressure on just a little bit. 4-goal game here, still a lot of time. Tennessee now in Kentucky zone. Ball goes to Guys, now to Rudo. Rudo signaling back to Guys as they'll look to set up their offense here. Guys, he'll facilitate, goes down low, takes a shot off the crossbar. Or the post.
Crossbar, post, whatever it is,
but
a great shot there from Thomas Guys, just barely missing the net.
There's another one, it's saved. Good defense play by Connor France. France gets the ball up top. It's going to be scooped up by Tennessee again. Rudo was able to intercept that one. Rudo, he'll think to take this one himself. Pass to the left, takes the shot. They score. What a setup. Rudo, Kane, the dynamic duo strikes. It's now 11-6.
Mason Kane doing it once again, his 4th goal of the game. I mean, this kid's just absolutely unstoppable here on the field, and it seemed like Kentucky maybe would have gotten a little bit of motivation after they finally scored a goal again, but Tennessee strikes right back, and it's a 5-goal lead once again.
What a setup, John. I mean, that was perfect. Everything about it. Able to sneak that one in there.
It's those top players on Tennessee. They know each other well. They know when to make the right passes. And like you said, Kane and Rudo, dynamic duo. That's exactly what happened on that play. Kane was able to put it in the back of the net.
Absolutely. As now you have a little bit of a cushion once again. The Vols, they're just going to look to hold on to it for a little bit as this 3rd quarter comes to an end. Just under 5 to go. Rudo gets it across the side of Burke. Burke down low to Kane, now to Burke, back to Guys now. Guys, he's been looking for shots this game as he's going to cut around. Had one off the post a second ago, still thinking about it. Takes a shot a little high. Guys is really looking for that shot, John. We've seen him do that twice now, and he's kind of on target. I mean, I'm really surprised that one that went off the post didn't go in.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't go in either. Guys is definitely a sharp shooter going into this game. He was the team's leading goal scorer, not anymore as he doesn't have one on the board today, but he's definitely looking for one. He's had multiple opportunities in the past couple minutes.
Still possession with Tennessee. They'll try to sneak it up in there. Now to Schroll. Schroll up top. Shot. Here it comes. It's Burke. It's saved, though. France got the better piece of it. France will now facilitate. There's a foot race down to get it off to the side. A long pull versus short. It's won by Kentucky. Kentucky will get the ground ball. That one will be attributed to Matthew Miller. They'll take this one all the way up. Struggling up there in the middle, being absolutely hassled is Dylan Johnson, as Tennessee will get the ball back. Coaches are loving it. Fans are loving it. We're loving it.
That was such a nifty pass on the last play there from Schroll, passing to Burke right over the net. Burke able to get a good shot on it, but France was able to deflect it away.
Rudo now gets it back up to Burke. Burke to Guys. Guys thinking about it again. Makes his move. Inside. Shot. Not there. Poked away, and France will come up with it. France will dump this back up top. They'll try to hold on to it. Kane playing defense. Dylan Johnson will hold on to it for the Wildcats. Johnson, spin move. Rudo on him like white on rice. Now it goes over to the left side. Felix Williams, who just had a goal a second ago. Williams trying to break free as he works on the outside. Harden now defending as they get it across over to Newton. The Wildcats looking for an open angle is Peter Johnson with it. Peter Johnson, he'll get it up top to Rashmile. As Rashmile now, he's got Pierre over to his side. Over to Pierre now.
Wood Pierre's got one goal in this game, so definitely looking for him for a scoring option if you're Kentucky.
Kentucky now trying to find the shot, so it's not good. The shot, they were able to get the shot off, but they were able to get the shot off. It just wasn't good. As just approaching 2 minutes to go in this one. Pierre wraps around. Up top over to Rashmile. Rashmile in the middle. Here's the shot. Shot clock winding down. Poked away by Gornick. Felix Williams. Again, he's been very aggressive for this Kentucky team.
One of the top 5 players on this Kentucky team as well. Definitely a force to be reckoned with if you're Tennessee, so definitely want to shut him down on defense.
Here's Pierre with it. Pierre, shot, not on target. The Wildcats still with it. Gazaldo. He's being hassled. It's intercepted now. Here come the Vols. Crossfield pass. It's caught by Jake Cosgrove. Cosgrove all the way. Thinking about it. Shoots. Almost finds it. The defenseman, Jake Cosgrove, he tried to find a goal for himself. He wasn't able to do so. Very aggressive play from the defenseman, a junior transferred from Adelphi in New York, playing Division III lacrosse. A lot of former college players on this Tennessee team.
What an absolute tear there from Cosgrove, going all the way to the front of the net. A very good shot, but just hit the arm, it seemed, of Connor France, and just not able to get that one in there.
Salazar working up in that middle, gets it down to Schroll. Schroll's going to try to sneak in here, jumps around. There's an opening. Can't get in front. He might try to take this one himself. Oh, almost off the leg of somebody. That would have been funny if that one got tapped in. It doesn't, though. Connor France will survive yet another offensive push.
But the hits keep on coming here for Tennessee. Jake Schroll, definitely a playmaker type of player. He's got a lot of assists on the season, and he's setting up plays here for the Volunteers.
So they're going to look to try to set up more here. Salazar cuts inside, thinks about it, fires a little high. So now approaching 40 seconds to go here in the battle for the barrel. Still trying to find something. Here's a shot, a big hit. Ball goes right almost on the line, and Kentucky will come away with it.
Will Tobias nearly got his second one on the game there. Rolled across the ground, but France was able to pick it up just in time, or else it would have snuck in there for another Tennessee goal.
And now Kentucky trying to sneak one in there. They do! The Wildcats, they respond. It was number 89, Peter Johnson, on the attack. They're going to call the goal good. Again, a couple goals that we thought might have been called back, but that one's going to stand. It is now 11-7 here in this game with 13 seconds to play.
Second goal there for Peter Johnson. He now ties William Gazaldo as the top goal scorer here on Kentucky. Great nifty play there from Johnson. Finally able to break through that inner core Tennessee defense that's been holding back the Wildcats. And it's once again a 4-goal game. So Kentucky's not out of it yet, but let's see how Tennessee can respond as the time ticks down here in the third quarter.
10 seconds to go. Max Damala trying to find something. Kentucky will fire this all the way down the field. It will go out of bounds. Time will wind down. They're going to leave 3 seconds on the clock to work with. That's going to do it for the third quarter of play. Again, we're going to cut it over to our donation screen right here. Can you make a difference in a struggling veteran's life? Please donate to make an impact. You can Venmo TGuys15. You'll see that at the bottom of your screen to maybe help out a struggling veteran. Again, so great to see both these teams come out here and play some lacrosse. Another thing, John, I want to look at is just the power rankings. Again, for both these teams and just all around club lacrosse. So if you'll pay attention to your screen, you'll see the MCLA Division I top 20 teams. BYU holding it on to that number 1 spot. You'll see Liberty at the 2. So Tennessee, they went to Liberty last weekend and lost 18-10, which was a lot closer than I think a lot of people expected. Liberty, one of the top teams in the nation. That game was streamed on ESPN Plus. A little different from the broadcast you're getting today. Their streams probably start on time.
Yeah, and they have the right equipment set up as well.
Absolutely. They have flames, I think, that coming out of the ground as well. But anyways, that's the top 20. You'll see Tennessee at that number 15 spot.
I'm not that surprised that Tennessee was able to make it such a close game against Liberty. They're both top 20 teams, so Tennessee definitely put up a fight this past Saturday, but Liberty just had the better of them.
There's the first 4 out. Now looking just at bracketology, you'll see if the playoffs started today, Tennessee would not be in it. They need to get another win. However, the MCLA do vote on it, so there is a chance Tennessee could get in there. And honestly, they probably will at that 15 spot. They need to win this game, though.
You're telling me they have a top 20 teams and they only let 15 into the playoffs?
To be honest, John, I have no idea. What I can tell you is Tennessee is up 11-7 in this game.
What kind of organization is this?
Fix the score. Beautiful day here in Knoxville. A little cold. The Vols just looking to find something here.
Rudo with the ball, kind of threw it away, tried to get a pass there to Guys, but just goes out of bounds, and Kentucky's going to take over here. So missed opportunity for Tennessee to strike first here in the fourth quarter, but they still lead by 4. But on the other end of the field, Kentucky just turned it over themselves. Tried to make a pass going, but hit off the ground, deflected a little bit. Tennessee taken back over, so clearly that last possession did no harm to them as the offense comes the other way here for the Volunteers. Again, Tennessee trying to hold on as much as they can. They definitely want to keep the offensive pressure up, but they're still up by 4 goals, which is quite a lot. So You want to make accurate passes. You want to take good shots on goal and not turn it over that much, or else Kentucky could definitely get back in this game real quick. And it's shots like those from Gavin Burke is what exactly Tennessee needs.
Absolutely. Gavin Burke, so good on the defensive side of things, but I don't think he's talked enough a lot on the offensive side of things. I don't think he's talked about enough on the offensive side of things. There you go.
Definitely not enough for a guy who's got 2 goals in this game. And he's got 3 now.
There you go. Gavin Burke making it happen on the offensive side of things, having himself a game, a hat trick, if you will. Tennessee now taking the lead up in this one, 12-7.
Snapshot right up the middle, just goes top right corner over Connor France's head. Burke's got 3 in this game, and he's got the second most goals in this one, just behind Mason Kane. So Gavin Burke having himself a game. Fantastic one there for Tennessee as they reinstate the 5-goal lead. And now Kentucky's definitely feeling the pressure as time is starting to trickle down here in this game. They're still down by 5.
Tennessee controlling. Kane gets it down low to Schroll. Schroll, he's going to make a move on the outside. Just trying to work it here. Good pass by Scott. A good catch by Scott. Now back to Schroll. Schroll up to Kane. Kane with it now. Gets over to Zimmer. Now Zimmer feeds it back over to number 38 for the Vols, Ryan Salazar. Salazar had a cut back there for a second. He was met on the defensive side of things by Wood-Pierre. Trying to sneak in there. It's Scott. Dump pass. Schroll gets it to go. Scott. Schroll. The dump pass. Wide open in the middle. Tennessee now up in this one, 13-7.
Perfectly executed assist there from Scott right to Jake Schroll. Easy goal for him. The lead keeps on growing here for Tennessee. It seems like Kentucky's tired out a little bit, but that's what we've seen in these games, that Tennessee's been able to pull off the victory. They've been having rough starts, down a couple of goals, but after the first quarter, it just seems to be all volunteers as they shut down their opponents. As Charlie goes to put his jacket on here because it's getting a little bit chilly out here. Kentucky wasted possession there, though. Kyler Gornick able to scoop it right up. Haven't really talked about the goalies this much in this game, well, at least in this half that we've covered, but both Gornick and France have had very spectacular games for a normal lacrosse game. Maybe France has not had as great of a game, but that's purely off of Tennessee's rambunctious offense.
Absolutely. Rambunctious is a good way to describe what this offense has been. Just overall, I mean, you got a lot of guys that can score from all angles. I feel like we sound like a broken record. We keep saying that because it's true. As Guys makes a move now, takes the shot again a little high.
Thomas Guys still wanting one. He's taken quite a few shots, in the past 10 minutes or so, each one being just a little bit too high, or that one off the crossbar that we've seen.
Tennessee's still looking for it. It's Guys again. Guys just trying to find the open angle. Spins around. Fires! Again a little too high. Guys really wants that shot, John. You can just feel it from here.
Definitely wants that shot. You could see the frustration building just a little bit angry at himself, but he's gonna stay out there and keep taking chances, even in the midfield here. Hopefully things turn around for Thomas Guys, or else he's gonna walk home just a tad bit disappointed, even if his team pulls off the win.
I mean, you could just sense it. Guys, he really wants to find the back of the net, just firing shots, good quality shots. The defense has been just so good. Now some pushing and shoving. Helmet goes off. For a second there, number 42 on Tennessee, Michael Matarazzo lost his helmet. Penalty flags flew. We'll see who it's officially on.
It's going to be a little bit of an interference call. Maybe too much pressure there on Wood-Pierre, Kentucky. Kind of 3 guys going after him. Can't blame them. They were trying to go for the ball, though.
And they're going to call it on Tennessee, actually, John. So we thought it was Wood-Pierre. However, honestly,
no, they were going after Wood-Pierre.
Yeah, and again, it looked like he kind of maybe lost his footing. However, Michael Matarazzo, he's going to be on the sideline for now. Kentucky, they're going to get a chance here to, I mean, ideally make something happen, maybe score a goal, but, I mean, with lacrosse, John, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
With any sport, you never know, ideally, actually.
Still prime opportunity here for Kentucky with the man up.
Williams over to Hamilton. Hamilton. Try to get it up in front. It's going to be picked up by Gornick. Almost poked in by Felix Williams. He just couldn't really grab it with his stick, and that's why Gornick will keep this one now. So Gornick, he's going to come out of the net with it. Still thinking about it. Makes a move. Cuts inside. He's going to try to maybe take this one himself. Still thinking about it. Lobs it back to Rudo. Gornick made his way out of the goal pretty far. We saw him do that against Clemson on Friday night. 2 Fridays ago, as Rudo now cuts inside. He's going to try to maybe take this one himself. Still thinking about it. Now gets it up to Kane. Kane will take this one off the post. Now to Burke. Burke will think about it. Gets it back up top. Guys. Now over to Rudo. Rudo back to Guys. Guys now to Scott. Scott back to Guys. Tennessee being very generous with the ball here. Making sure everyone gets a turn. Kane with it. Back over to Guys as they're just going to look to try to catch Kentucky slipping. Guys over to Scott. Scott back to Guys. Guys will think about it. He'll fire, and it's saved by France. They try to pick it up again, and now Kentucky will come the other way with it. It's Andrew Rankin leading the charge. Rankin over to Hamilton. Hamilton waiting for his offense to get set and get up on the field here. Hamilton still with it. He's going to roll it over to Felix Williams. Williams, he's got a man on behind him. Back over to Hamilton. Now down to Rashmile. Rashmile will get it on the inside over to Gazaldo. They try to shoot, and it's saved. Routine save from Gornick, as Gornick now will just let that one go. Almost intercepted right in front of the net. He was able to knock it free. Grant Cruz shot now will make his way down the field. Thinking about it, retreats back over to Kane.
I like Tennessee's use of possession here. As you said earlier, they were trying to pass it around, making sure everyone had a little bit of a chance. Plus that little play from Gornick field, trying to make sure Kentucky didn't do anything.
What could have been a beautiful setup, it was spoiled in front. It looks like Jackson Zimmer might have lost his footing there. It was beautifully set up right on the right side. He just couldn't hold on to it. So now Kentucky will control in Tennessee's zone. They get it up to Wood. Evan Rashmile. Now down to Felix Williams. Williams with it. Circling back behind the net of Gornick. Williams trying to get inside. Good defense being played. Not allowing to make anything happen. Will Tobias in front of him. Harden trying to knock that one free too. And Kentucky will lose it. A foot race for it now. So now the Vols coming the other way with it. In front. Almost tips in. Now a shot and it's good. Mason Kane recycles what would have been a dead play. Got the ground ball and snuck it past France. It is now 14-7 in favor of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Goal number 5 today for Mason Kane. He's just been the star player here for Tennessee. I mean, above and beyond their quick transition from Tennessee after that play call, and gives it up to Mason Kane right inside. Easy shot for him. I mean, if he had missed that one for his 5th, I don't know what Tennessee would have done, but the lead now extends up to 7. And with 7 minutes left, I don't know how much more Kentucky can do to try to get back in this one. It seems like it's going to be Tennessee the rest of the way.
Absolutely. I'll tell you this, John, it's not going to be easy. That's one thing for sure. As the Vols mixing and matching with the offense here. Rudo, he controls at the top. Rudo waiting for everybody to get set here, as now they'll look to go. Salazar with it. Rudo directing traffic. Salazar gets inside, doesn't like what he sees. Now back down to Schroll, gets over on the right side, back up to Rudo. Ball going up to Zimmer. As Zimmer tries to make a move, a spin move. Cuts free for a second, tries to find the angle. Now takes the shot and saved by France. Ball's picked up though. Tennessee still controls. A good catch up top by Salazar. Now Rudo's going to try to take a stab at it. Rudo, shot, off, and it hits a player in the Frank and the Beans. I think he's okay. Brush that one off. Now back up top. Over to Salazar. Salazar with it. He's going to look to get inside here. It's Salazar. Sneaks in. Shot. Oh, bounces right in front of the net. Picked up. An air ball. They'll try to sneak it in there. Not there yet. Still trying to find it. And close, but no cigar. Tennessee, a couple of good chances. Not able to capitalize on that, though.
Yeah, these late game possessions for Tennessee, this is exactly what you need. They're killing a lot of time on the clock. They're also getting multiple shots on net and able to reset their shot clock just a couple times. You know, this is definitely what Tennessee needs if they want to close out this game. So for Kentucky, things are just going the opposite of what you want as the Volunteers continue to put on the pressure. Absolutely.
Rudo spinning around here. He'll try to find anything in the middle. Picked up. Here's the shot. And they score! Bang! Wiley Sayers. The Vols make it 15-7. A crazy sequence of events. Ball was bobbled around. Then went off the pole of one of the players, and I'm not talking about his lacrosse stick, but it was picked up by Schroll as they got it over to Sayers. He scores. Tennessee up 15-7.
Wiley Sayers, a usual non-starter here for Tennessee. They put him in the game late. He gets a goal, the 15th in the game. That's just his 5th goal all season. So, I mean, the fact that Sayers has scored 5 goals all season while Mason Kane has scored 5 alone in this game just kind of shows how deep on the roster Sayers is, or how deep the roster Tennessee is. They have a very deep roster, can get scoring from anywhere, even in late game possessions.
Absolutely. I'll tell you. Nothing. I lost my train of thought, but Tennessee now looking to put an end to this game as fans are starting to leave. They score again! Tennessee, a deep roster, but Kentucky in deep trouble as they're now down 16-7 in this one.
That's going to be number 99, Sullivan Clark. Again, another non-starter here for Tennessee getting a goal. I don't know how much of that is attested to Kentucky's tired defense, but 16-7, and this game's just getting out of hand as the Volunteers are cleaning up shop here over the Wildcats.
Absolutely. Kentucky not looking so good right now. There's a reason they're playing club lacrosse and not at the college level. The Vols, though, they are balling right now, and it's showing. They're up in this one 16-7, letting it fly. And, you know, you can argue they had some good practice against Liberty last weekend, who, again, a top team in the nation, who I guess kind of really tested this Volunteer team as the penalty flag flies. Kentucky, they'll still hold on to it here as the Wildcats look to make a push and try to sneak back into this one. Just under 4 minutes to go here. So the whistles will sound. Everybody gets to go home. Only one of these teams gets to go home knowing they have a win in their back pocket. The Wildcats looking to apply some pressure here. Spinning around, it's Hamilton. Trying to find somebody in the middle. They get it off just to the left side. Just trying to put an end to this game. Rashmile with it. Gets it up top. They'll look to try to sneak in there. It's number 24 for the Wildcats, Felix Williams. Williams, an X factor for this Kentucky team. He's really got to get going if they want a chance in this one. Again, approaching 3 minutes to go. Wildcats looking for something. Cutting around. Again, still a delay penalty. It's Hamilton. Takes a shot off to the right. Tennessee with one man down here.
Finally going to get this penalty call here. Looks like it might be against Tennessee. 1 minute in the box for cross-checking for White.
It's going to be on Wiley Sayers. He had a goal a second ago, which fired up this Tennessee bench.
So just 3 minutes to go here. Kentucky's going to be a man up for the first minute of that. Still down by 9 goals. Looking for just something to go in to humble them a little bit, I guess.
Well, I mean, John, I think Kentucky's been pretty humbled in this game. Not really able to find anything. As here's the shot, knocked away. As we got a goalie change for Tennessee now. It's Kyle Conklin in there for the Vols. There's another shot. It's picked up and saved by Conklin. Well, again, you said Tennessee up by 9 goals here. There's a reason they call Kentucky a basketball school and not a lacrosse one, John. It's games like this that really show. Cutting inside, trying to find something. Here's the shot, a little bit of a scoop. They took a hit there as the save was made by Henry Core, now in goal for the Wildcats. So we have a goalie change for Kentucky as well. As they're going to look to get this one up the field. That one's going to be a Hail Mary. And it's going to be picked up for a second by Rashmile. He's going to just try to hold on to it. He's being absolutely just knocked over there. And we'll see what they call it. It's going to be offsides on Kentucky.
There's about 95 seconds left in the game. 80-second shot clock, but I don't know what that was.
We're going to get a little bit of arguing here, as not really happy with the hit that happened there. John, you might have saw it better.
Reached his stick over the back there and kind of pinned him a little bit, causing the ball to get out, but there is clearly a flag on the field.
As time really becoming a factor in this one.
It's going to be Peter Johnson, looking pretty happy with himself. I wouldn't say he's complaining about getting that penalty call.
Well, you can get penalties, they just can't get goals.
Well, Tennessee's had their fair share of penalties in this game as well. I think
also
they've had more than
their
Kentucky.
fair share of goals. It's the one thing they are doing right. As controlled now by Tennessee. They'll take a shot, and they will not score. It was number 61, Cooper Howerton. Try to find something. Better save there from Henry Core. It is now under a minute remaining in this game. If you're Kentucky, the comeback has got to start now.
Might be a little bit too late, Charlie.
That's going to be a long ride back to Lexington. Again, not exactly a tourist destination for that spot.
No.
John, you live there, but I
live near there. I don't live in Lexington. That wouldn't be very good. But it's only about a 3-hour drive. But like you said, Lexington, not really anything special going on there, especially compared here to Knoxville.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't exactly a place you travel to for vacation. A place you go to school, though, apparently. As they'll try to sneak one in there. It's saved. Vols will control. Trying to get the ground ball, losing it. And now a foot race for it. Trying to get there in time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the half of lacrosse you guys got to see on the stream. Again, on behalf of Tennessee Club Sports Network, I would like to take full blame and full responsibility for not having the stream up in time. The camera broke on me. Wasn't much I could do, so I had to go drive back and go find another camera. Luckily, we found one. We were able to get it to go here. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'll give myself a little slap on the wrist for that one. But again, thank you for bearing with us here. And what was a fun half of lacrosse.
Well, I'm glad you're taking all the blame, Charlie, because it means I did nothing wrong. But I was able to witness the whole game, and Tennessee really showed out in this game. You know, just like the past couple attempts against Michigan State and Clemson. Not kind of a slow start for the Volunteers, but they were able to pick it right up early on in the second quarter, and they took the ball with them all the way home. Easy win here, 16-7, especially after that tough loss against Liberty a couple of days ago. 3 stars for the game. I'll give it to Mason Kane, 5 goals in this one, making up about 1/3 of the goals that Tennessee even scored in this game. So a fantastic game from Kane. Gavin Burke also had a great game, 3 goals himself. They'll put him with 22 on the season, a couple assists as well. And shout out to Jackson Zimmer. He was one of the early goal scorers in this game, Charlie, that you weren't able to see, but he kind of helped out with starting the Tennessee comeback when they were down 3 goals early in this one, which led them to score about 8 straight, which kind of led them to victory in this one, as both teams shake hands on the field. You gotta love the sportsmanship. Great game overall.
Absolutely. Again, what a game for both these teams. Again, we want to thank the Kentucky Wildcats for coming all the way down here from Kentucky. What a phenomenal effort they put on. Again, John, a scrappy team. They fought all the way in, throughout. The Tennessee Volunteers, such a solid team as well. Again, we want to thank both these teams for helping and promoting struggling soldiers. Again, John, we really do. What an effort. And unfortunately, that's an end to the last lacrosse game, John.
For now, we'll see him next season.
For the broadcast, at least. Tennessee will try to get to the playoffs, and hopefully they do. But what a season it's been for Tennessee Club Lacrosse. All around, a good effort. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you, everybody who watched. Please get home safe. Take care, and go Vols.
And brush your hair.